Has paid his due as an assistant in this league and deserves an opportunity to be a head coach. Tremendous gesture by Doc Rivers and a well-deserved opportunity for Sam Cassell. You're talking about a great point guard that made big-time plays and a champion because of.
Thank you, Lisa. By the way, that other thing from Doc Rivers telling Billy Donovan that we realize is Billy Donovan clearly doesn't check his text messages at halftime.
Think about that. No, the funny thing is the response. He didn't want to hear why. Once Doc said, "I'm not coaching the second half," Billy was like, "Great."
Zubac down low. Here comes the double team. Jackson swings it. JaMychal Green. That's his favorite spot. Just off the left wing, a three-pointer for JaMychal Green. He's got 11 points. First Clipper in double figures.
I think that probably Schroeder said to Billy Donovan he wants to get some more minutes, wants to get continue to have the rhythm in play since he's here. As a player, I would have the same mentality.
That's why some of the players, as JaMychal Green, not that time. You clearly, the last thing you want is anybody getting injured in a meaningless game like this for these two teams. But at the same time, guys haven't played a lot of basketball in the last 4.5 months, as Noel couldn't quite handle that pass. And now all of a sudden you got to flip that playoff intensity switch starting Monday.
I'd give him a little bit of a leeway to play as Coffey knocks down the corner jump shot, but I'd still have a very short leash on him. Because anything can happen. I want to make sure he's healthy moving forward, and he has to understand that I have his best interest in my decisions.
Bazley.
And again, we see the Clippers playing zone, a lot of zone.
Ferguson's three-pointer misses. Jackson throws it ahead to JaMychal Green, who's basket hanging, banks it up and in. And a 12-point lead has been quickly cut to 2.
And you think about the zone, Mike, one thing that you got to look at, both of these teams matching up with a superstar at point guard or in the backcourt, whether it be James Harden or Luka Doncic. So the zone could be something that we're given a look at to try to contain both of these dynamic players.
Well, we're down the other way from Arizona State. As you saw Sam Cassell there, he sprained his knee, and he's day to day. They hope he's going to be okay and perhaps might be ready, but that's a guy who would probably guard James Harden to start the games. Block shot from Nerlens Noel.
There's not going to be one guy that's going to be guarding James Harden. No. Talk about a spectacular, really all-time great scorer.
That game on ABC at 2:30. Memphis and Portland. That should be just great fun. Good hands there from Magruder. Shot clock at 7. Schroeder still in the game. Diallo. Well contested by Patrick Patterson as Zubac comes away with it. Jackson inside, foul on the entry pass in that 1 week. We're just phenomenal, unbelievable, and he deserves all the credit, and his coming out party here in the bubble has been fantastic. But then I was thinking, James Harden, that's kind of a regular week for James Harden.
Another guy we've taken for granted. His ability to score and how great he's been, especially since he's put on a Houston Rockets jersey. Here's a guy that was having success with the Oklahoma City Thunder ball player.
So he will play against the team that he started his career at. Was a great 6-man. Moving screen call on him.
You can't argue those 5 guys. Deservedly so. Fortunate enough to have a vote, and I punched my ballot with those guys.
Did you punch your MVP ballot?
Absolutely.
I would imagine. Mr. Lillard?
He did get my vote, and you can make a case for Devin Booker going undefeated, but Damian Lillard, when his team needed him most, finds himself in the 8th seed, having a play-in game, and he was just special to me, so he got my vote.
Zubac showing that nice touch for the big guy. The Clippers go up by 3, so a 15-point turnaround here in the third after OKC went up by a dozen to start, and then a trap.
How about that?
Well, if you ask Doc Rivers about Cassell, he thinks Sam Cassell is just a brilliant basketball mind. And one of the keys for him, talk to players where he's coached, and he coached in Washington as Muscala off the block shot throws it down to Bazley. Bazley lays up and he's fouled.
When you maximize the effort It's unbelievable, and I can't say enough about the coaches that present these opportunities for their assistant coaches. Throw them a bone. They deserve this platform, and well done by Doc Rivers.
Foul away from the ball in a regular season game. Patterson, Muscala with a nice rejection. He got his first chance to play, and the first time he played was in a scrimmage. 2.5 years it's taken him to come back from a knee injury as Muscala knocks down a three-pointer. And Robertson was coming off a year where he made All-NBA defense, got a $30 million contract. Things had turned around in a big way for him in his career, and he suffered that devastating knee injury. 2.5 years, number of setbacks. Oh!
Watching him, the one weakness he had prior to the injury obviously was his ability to shoot. Wasn't known as a